So the SEC recently came out last week and came to the conclusion that Bitcoin was not a security, which is not all that surprising for a few reasons. Number one, the CFTC since 2014, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, had stated or effectively claimed virtual currency, including Bitcoin, as a commodity. And a commodity, as defined in the Commodity Exchange Act, is a product or an interest in a product, such as like a futures contract, but it also encapsulates forex, right? Currency trading. So if you think about the currency markets and how those operate and draw the parallel to cryptocurrencies, you kind of arrive at the conclusion that crypto, like Bitcoin, which is akin to an actual currency, is going to fall under that, not going to fall under that securities parlance, but more under the commodities regulatory scheme, and which is significant for a reason that I'll get to in a minute. What the SEC cited was the fact that there isn't a common managerial or entrepreneurial effort from which one would derive profit from Bitcoin, really. So what they're basically saying is that it's truly decentralized in a way, right? Because there's nobody running Bitcoin. Now draw the parallel to the Ripple lawsuit, where they're claiming Ripple is a security. The SEC is claiming that Ripple is a security. And you see that the argument is that Ripple is effectively, in my words and what I've said here before, is that Ripple is a science project, right? You've got people coordinating Ripple and running Ripple, and it's not truly decentralized in a way, because the object of Ripple is to sell Ripple, or the technology underlying Ripple. What's notable about Bitcoin not being a security is that it takes out the ambiguity, right? It takes out the ambiguity of what set of laws to follow. Knowing now that it's just a commodity, one has to wonder whether or not the CFTC would really enforce a lot of the rules that it already doesn't enforce related to Bitcoin, especially the requirement to be registered as a commodity trading advisor if you are providing advice on the trading of Bitcoin, which plenty of people do, very few of which are registered as CTAs, right? I've talked about managed wallets and that sort of concept, right, where you're running or managing a portfolio of Bitcoin as a commodity. That would require you to be a commodity trading advisor if you're doing it for a fee. And the question becomes, will the CFTC step up or step in and start actually enforcing what would otherwise be a regulation if this was, say, like a Forex fund or something like that? So it's a step in the right direction, the SEC stating that and going on record as stating as such. It doesn't clarify the whole ICO realm, right? Because you've got tokens that have different rights and privileges associated with them. And you've got the no action letter out there that says certain tokens may not be a security, but certain tokens may be. You can always go back to the Dow decision where all tokens are securities. But it certainly clarifies, at least to some extent, what set of rules, commodities or securities, that you would need to follow to effectively engage in some sort of Bitcoin asset management solutions. And the question then becomes, does the CFTC take the next step and fully regulate or fully enforce the rules that are already in place as it relates to the regulation of Bitcoin and asset management in the context of Bitcoin and then other cryptocurrencies, right? Cryptocurrencies that resemble currencies themselves, right? That don't really have that are truly decentralized, have this sort of semi-autonomous nature to them, whether or not those would also fall under the pure commodity category, not be regulated by the SEC as well. So absolutely check me out, Adam Tracy, TRACY.io. Happy to answer any questions you have, and I will talk to you soon.